Have you ever tried to follow up with clients, but your efforts were unsuccessful? Or have been thinking in the past, how can you simplify your follow-up process and at the same time ensure that your follow-up is earning you new customers? If you struggled with follow-up, this video is for you. Hi, I'm Doug C. Brown, and in this video, I'm going to share with you 7 tips that will make you more effective in your follow-up and be more productive. First, you want to make follow-up a priority. Follow-up is vital to your business. Nothing will happen until you decide that you're going to do follow-up. Second, you want to diversify on how you follow up. By making use of phone calls, emails, letters, texts, social media posts, postcards, voicemails, audios, and even video, you can stay in front of their top of mind. Also, don't forget to ask your client or potential client about their preferred way to stay in contact. One client might prefer, for example, the phone call, while the other favors a text. Third, you want to determine your follow-up pieces up front. If there is repetitive information that you need to send out, it helps to set a template. Each follow-up should serve a specific purpose, but please remember this, that not every follow-up attempt should be about you trying to sell your product or service. Follow-up has its place in selling, but it can also be useful in building relationships, and that's what you want to focus on. And sometimes just making someone laugh or smile is a great thing to their day. It's imperative to stay in the front of the top of their mind, so when the time is right for them to buy, they'll be thinking of you, not your competitors. For example, I recently received a video follow-up from one of my clients. On my birthday, he put on a cowboy hat and sang a happy birthday song. Now, this might seem a little silly, but that was an excellent follow-up. It was personalized, and I'll remember this for a long time. And guess who I'll go to next when I want to buy? So I have a question for you. Do you remember to wish your clients a happy birthday? Do you make it a point to know the birthdays of the current, past, or potential clients that you have? If you don't, I would recommend that you start doing so. Next tip, you want to make your follow-ups very personal. No one likes getting a generic email that makes them feel like they're one of the many people that you sent that email out to. Let me give you an example of personalized follow-up. When I was working in telecommunications, I followed up with a big client for 2 years before I sold them. One time, I called them and I said, "Hey, I'm calling you as I think we should celebrate." And they answered, "With what?" Now, this was almost 2 years later. So I told them, our 2nd anniversary is coming up. So I'd like to invite you out for Chinese food because that was their favorite food. I knew from a previous follow-up they loved Chinese food. They asked then, "Anniversary of what, Doug?" So I said, "Well, I've been calling on you each month faithfully for the last 2 years, and today is the first day I started calling you 2 years ago. So it's our 2-year anniversary of me wanting to do business with you." They laughed and they said, "Okay, come up for Chinese food." We celebrated, talked, and they became my client. The 5th tip is to focus on helping people. The more you care about others, the easier it will be to earn a client and benefit from it. The 6th tip is you need to know how to create a follow-up calendar. You want to approach this very strategically. When are you going to follow up? In what way will you follow up? Or ways will you follow up? You want to follow up often, and you don't want to be afraid that you're following up too much. As long as you're sending relevant information and all your communication is respectful, the recipient won't mind it. And if they do, believe me, they'll tell you, and you can stop or decrease the frequency of the follow-ups. If you're still not convinced that you should follow up frequently, think about your moral obligation you have to your clients. Perhaps you've heard somebody respond, "Hey, why didn't you tell me that?" And the other person says something like, "I was trying to tell you, but you didn't listen." And then they say, "Yes, but why didn't you say it a few times?" Think about that for a moment. This applies to both real life and sales follow-up. So be persistent. Finally, tip number 7, automate your follow-ups. The more you automate, the better. Automation can make your follow-up process so much easier and so much more manageable. With the tips I just gave you, you can create an exceptional follow-up strategy for your business, so go and follow up. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video and found it useful, please like it and subscribe to my channel to hear more about my sales revenue growth insights. Also, please comment and let me know your thoughts as well as what you'd like me to talk about next. To your success.